guys, it's Hope. Today I'm here to share with you my drugstore concealer collection, and then I'm going to show you reviews. So I'm going to go through each product that I have and then kind of review it, share with you my thoughts. I did this for my foundations about 6 months ago. Oh my goodness. 6 months ago I did my drugstore foundation collection, and since then I've really kind of pulled in more concealers and tried from the drugstore. So I have 9 different concealers. 2 of them are color correcting stuff. I love drugstore concealers because, I don't know, they're just so good. And a lot of these are Maybelline, but that does not mean this is sponsored by Maybelline. For some reason I always just draw towards Maybelline concealers for some reason. And also I have a couple that I've tried that I don't own right now that I kind of want to mention, just so that you guys kind of have an idea of if I like them. Whatever, we're just gonna hop right in and get started. I'm wearing some Ardell lashes right now, the Glamour 120 Demis. They're actually on sale, $1.74 off at Walmart. And I was like, hey, I need some new lashes, might as well just pick these up. I love Ardell lashes. And they're pretty natural, they're not intense. They could actually probably pass as my natural lashes if I wanted them to. Anyway, so the first product I'm going to talk about is one that I've been talking about for years. It is the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. I have the shade 10 and 15. 10 is basically gone. I might as well just get rid of it. I don't know why I still have it. And then 15, so 10 is light, 15 is fair. These concealers, you guys, are amazing. I really like them. They're not too thick and heavy. They're a medium coverage, but they still cover enough, which I really like. And I think that they just go good with natural makeup, or if you're wearing kind of a little more makeup like I am today, they look good with that too. And I don't know, I really just love Maybelline Fit Me Concealer. It's been one that I've been talking about for years. In the summer, I'm usually 10 light, sometimes 20 sand. The winter is 15 fair, but I feel like I'm not even that fair. So I would say I kind of almost am a mixture of these two. 15 fair is pretty light, so I usually try to mix these two. This one's a little more, the 15 is a little more pink undertone, and 10 is a little more yellow undertone. But yeah, so I really do like these concealers a lot. Another, you guys, I have so many Maybelline, they're literally all Maybelline concealers. Should be more like the Maybelline Concealer Showdown. Another one that's kind of like that is Maybelline Superstay Better Skin Concealer. For some reason I'm not a huge, I like this one, but I'm not as big of a fan of this one as I am of those. I don't know why, but I just don't really, if I see this one or this one, I'm going to gravitate more towards this one. I don't know why. I feel like they're pretty similar. For some reason, I don't even know what it is. This one, I feel like this one may be a little bit thicker, just the tiniest bit thicker. We'll see. Let's look at the swatch. It's not even thick, but yeah, the Maybelline one's just a little more liquidy, whereas this one's a little drier. So that's, I think, the reason kind of why I don't gravitate towards this one as much, because did I just say the Fit Me one is a little more liquidy. The Superstay one, I feel like is just a little drier, and since my under eyes, my skin is just so dry in the winter, I usually try to go towards more towards this one. So I think if you had oily skin, you might like the Better Skin better. Better Skin better. Because it's a little more dry, not drying, but it's just a little bit less liquidy than the Fit Me. Okay, then we have the Maybelline Age Rewind. This one is in the neutralizer. I love this one for under my eyes. When I first put this on and tried this, I was like, wow, it's really yellow, but it really blends out. It brightens. It neutralizes. I really like it. I have tried the original, in the shade Fair or something. I like the neutralizer better. I have not tried the brightener. I'm getting kind of low, but I do like this. I mixed this one today with another one I'm going to talk about. But I really do like this one for concealing under my eyes. It does do a nice job of covering the dark circles, but it's not too thick and heavy. So I like it. Maybe I'll talk about the one I mixed it with. This is the Catrice Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer. This one I have in the shade 10 Porcelain. This one only has 3 shades. Porcelain is the middle shade, and this is really light for me. So the darkest one would be kind of like my shade now, but when I'm in the summer and tan, I feel like it's going to be even way too light still. I like this concealer. It does a nice job of covering. It has a really really strong, I don't even know what kind of scent that is, but it's just a really strong, perfumey, is it flowery? Kind of flowery scent to it, so I'm not a huge fan of that. I think this is a very nice concealer. It is a little more liquidy, but it does do a lot of covering, and I think it does cover my under eyes very nicely, and it just makes them look flawless. You know what I mean? It's really good. I honestly think that this concealer has passed up my Fit Me. And my Fit Me was my favorite, but now I'm pretty sure that this Catrice one is probably one of my favorite drugstore one now. And I've had this, I mentioned it in my Ulta haul like a week ago. Probably not even that, maybe not, I don't even know if it was that long ago when you guys are seeing this, but this has definitely become a favorite really fast in like a week. Maybelline Dream Lumi Touch Liquid Camouflage Concealer. The writing's worn off. This one I have in the shade 20 Light. This one is where you twist like this and then you have like that brush tip applicator. I like this one because I have a darker shade in this. Even though it's a highlighting concealer, I have a darker shade, so it's kind of nice to mix with. I really like this concealer a lot, actually. If I were to repurchase a Maybelline concealer, it would... Okay, so I would repurchase the Fit Me, the Age Rewind, and probably this one. Because this one's nice and brightening, but it's still, like, covering. I don't necessarily love it for under my eyes. I like it more for highlighting my nose or, like, my chin or, like, my forehead. But it is still nice to like put under your eyes. I really do enjoy this one a lot. It's kind of hard to tell the difference between them. I feel like this one is just made for more brightening, and I feel like it just always looks so good on my eyes. So I like this one too. It's not too drying. I keep saying It's not too drying, and I just think I think it just looks nice. So I really like that one as well. Sometimes I'll pair these two together and they mix really well together as well. I have a really full coverage concealer, the Hard Candy Glamouflage Heavy Duty Concealer. I've had this concealer for a while now. I have it in the shade Light. I really like this one for covering blemishes. If I have a really bad blemish that's like, oh my gosh, you need to cover it right now. I kind of have it like right here. I didn't do that today. This one just will not go away. This concealer does a great job of just really high coverage. I know people use these to cover tattoos. Like, this is a heavy duty concealer. I don't use it very often because I don't need a heavy duty concealer. It'd be way too much like under your eyes and stuff. The only thing I don't like is I have it in the shade Light, and I think it's a little too light for covering a blemish. Like, I'd rather not have a brightening shade because I don't want the brightening concealer to highlight what I'm trying to cover, you know what I mean? So I don't think I had the best shade for this. Maybe go a shade darker, but other than that, I think this is a very nice concealer. If you're looking for one to cover a lot of blemishes or even like a tattoo, like I said, this is a good one. I also have the Maybelline Master Conceal by Face Studio. I don't know why I said that. Camouflage and Concealer. This one's in the shade 20 Light. I do like this one. I really got into using it last year. Like, I sucked you can see, I sucked so much out of it. I still have some in here. It is nice for applying under my eyes. I don't really like the packaging. It's kind of like a squeezy tube, and I feel like it's just very hard to get product out. Not hard, but it's just kind of a mess. It is nice for under your eyes. I wouldn't necessarily say it's my favorite concealer. It does cover quite a bit, but I just feel like it's so much easier just to whip out my doe foot applicator from my Fit Me concealer and just like apply it under the eyes and try and mess with this like thicker one. So I would just say I would rather do the other ones for under eyes. Now this is nice for like covering like your nose, but then I just feel like it's so much extra work not needed. So I don't mind this concealer. Like, I think it's kind of nice. It's a nice concealer. It's fine. But I would just say for convenience, I've found other ones that I like better. And I don't think it's bad, but it's just definitely one that's like, if you're in a time crunch, I would not recommend this one because like you can't just like pull it out and whip it on your face. You gotta like squeeze it and then blend it with your, it's just a little bit more work than it needs to be. I have two correctors. So since I've been talking about Maybelline too much, let's start with NYX. So I have the NYX Dark Circle Concealer or Corrector. This is in the shade Fair. When I first tried this, I kind of liked it. Now I just feel like, I don't know, it's kind of dry. I mean, it's not super dry. It's a light peachy tone. I don't think it's bad, but it's not necessarily my favorite. I feel like there's other ones out there that are a lot more creamy, a lot just more pigmented and a little bit better for covering. I like this for if I'm not wanting a full face of makeup and I'm like, oh, my dark circles just look a little dark. I'll just dip it in there and just kind of pat it on and just something light. But if you have major dark circles, this is probably not the best thing for you. I feel like it's not the creamiest. And it's just not the best for under the eyes just because I feel like it's just not creamy enough. I feel like this next product in a different shade, this one would be better for like covering dark circles. This is just a little bit more for like a brightening kind of light, very blend with your fingers, just very light hand with it would be fine. So it's kind of your preference, not necessarily my favorite, but if I do feel like, oh my gosh, I need to cover these dark circles, then I'll apply a little bit of it and just kind of blend it with my fingers and it helps. So that's kind of my 2 cents on it. And then this is the Maybelline Master Camo, the green, or the color correcting pen in 10, which is green, which is for redness. Now this is like a very brightening green. I don't know if you can see that, but it's just very intense. I do think this is a fine concealer for blemishes. I don't think it's like amazing. So like if I have like redness, I don't ever really have a lot of redness unless it's like some pimple breakouts that are really bad. Then I'll use this and just kind of put it underneath my like foundation or concealer. It's fine. It's not like the best thing out there to use. I feel like a lot of people will use like the orange one and this as a dark circle, and I hear a lot of people like that. But if you do have a lot of redness kind of like on your cheeks or something, you could apply it and then blend it out. And I feel like it would do a pretty good job. It's not necessarily the best for like blemish stuff. Does it cancel out the redness? Yeah. It's just, I don't know. I'm not into color correcting. I just think, okay, my skin isn't that bad that I need color correcting, which is nice. But I feel like sometimes it's more important to other people. For me, it's not that important, but I mean, it's nice to have something in case I feel like I need to cover the redness. And does it do its job? Yes. Other than that, I don't really have any major, like, oh my gosh, you need to go get this if you have a lot of redness. But, like, if you're looking for a good one from the drugstore, I would say that this is a pretty nice one. The concealers I've tried is the Covergirl Ready Set Gorgeous Concealer. That one was not my favorite. It was very kind of, like, drying, and it was just kind of, I just did not really like the concealer. I would skip that one. I don't even know if they still have that one on the market. The foundation, I feel like they don't have on the market anymore. I used to be obsessed with that foundation, but I haven't tried it in a few years. And then the NYX HD Concealer, that one's a very popular one as well. That one, I never really got into it. I feel like it was very kind of a dry formula, and I feel like I went through it really fast, and it just was not something I loved. So I much rather would use like my Fit Me or my Catrice one over that one. I'm not a huge fan of that NYX one. A lot of people are. I just feel like it's too drying for me, and yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what other category you would like to see down in the comments. I can definitely do a big variety. Oh my gosh, mascaras. You guys, I've tried so many drugstore mascaras, I probably couldn't keep it straight. But yeah. If you enjoy watching my videos, I hope you will subscribe and stick around with my channel. I have been getting, a decent amount of subscribers recently. So if you're new, thank you for subscribing. I would love to hear from you in the comments. Just say hi. I love chatting in the comments with you guys. So if you leave a comment, I will definitely try and respond to you. I usually do. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.